We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
A hero Marine indicted, interest rates paused, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. A Manhattan grand jury has indicted former U.S. Marine Daniel Penny in connection with the chokehold death of Jordan Neely aboard a subway train. The exact charges will not be known until the indictment is unsealed. Penny was initially arrested on a second-degree manslaughter charge. Video showed Penny, age 24, putting Neely in a chokehold on May 1st. Several witnesses observed Neely making threats, according to Assistant District Attorney Joshua Steinglass, which he told the judge during Penny's initial appearance in court on May 12th. Witnesses told police that Neely was yelling and harassing passengers on the train and that they were afraid he was going to attack and possibly kill them. Neely was shouting that he was going to kill people and that he was not afraid to go to prison and he was ready to die. Penny put Neely in a chokehold and then placed him in the recovery position. Neely was known to be mentally ill, had attacked women on the subway previously, and had been arrested 43 times. A jury on Monday found in favor of former Starbucks regional director Shannon Phillips, who sued the company for wrongfully firing her, claiming she was terminated for being white. Phillips, who worked for Starbucks for about 13 years and managed a region of stores in the area, was fired after the arrest of two black men at a Philadelphia Starbucks in April 2018. The New Jersey jury returned a verdict of $25.6 million, including $25 million for punitive damages and $600,000 in compensatory damages, according to Consul Mattiacci Law, which represents Phillips. The jury ruled unanimously after a 6-day trial, the lawyers said, noting that Phillips will also be seeking back and front pay. Starbucks said it is disappointed in the decision and is evaluating its next steps. The Federal Reserve on Wednesday paused its aggressive campaign to raise interest rates, but indicated it is likely to increase rates 2 more times this year to continue fighting high inflation. The decision leaves the Fed's benchmark short-term lending rate at 5.1%, the highest level in 16 years. The central bank's leaders said the pause would provide time to determine how increased borrowing costs have affected the economy. The Fed hiked rates at its last 10 meetings. Data have shown that the economy remains stronger than expected. Inflation has fallen steadily, but not as sharply as hoped. It remains near 5% on an annual basis, excluding volatile food and energy costs, which is far above the Fed's 2% target. Former President Donald Trump, the frontrunner for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination, raised $2 million from a candlelight dinner fundraiser with top donors at his Bedminster, New Jersey resort Tuesday night, hours after his arraignment on federal charges in a Miami courtroom. Trump pleaded not guilty to 37 counts tied to his alleged retention and mishandling of national security secrets, lying to investigators, and obstruction. His campaign said Wednesday that Trump had raised $7 million since he was indicted by the Miami grand jury last week. Chinese President Xi Jinping met Wednesday with the president of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas, as Beijing continued its push to expand its influence in the Middle East and challenge U.S. global leadership. Before Abbas arrived in Beijing on Tuesday for a 4-day visit, Chinese officials suggested China could help get new peace talks going between Israel and the Palestinian Authority. On Wednesday, She unveiled a three-part proposal for a two-state solution to the conflict, although it was largely similar to a plan he proposed in 2013. Justice must be returned to Palestine as soon as possible, she said. Israel, given its alliance with the United States, would likely be wary of giving China a role in any negotiations, according to the New York Times. 9 more women have accused actor and comedian Bill Cosby of sexual assault in a lawsuit filed Wednesday in Nevada. The women say Cosby drugged and assaulted them between 1979 and 1992 in homes, dressing rooms, and hotels in Las Vegas, Reno, and Lake Tahoe. One accuser said the 85-year-old former Cosby Show star claimed to be her acting mentor and got her to travel from New York to Nevada, where he drugged her with what he said was non-alcoholic sparkling cider and raped her. Cosby has been accused of sexual abuse by more than 60 women. He spent nearly 3 years in a Pennsylvania prison before a higher court threw out his conviction in 2021. Cosby has denied all the allegations. Mexican-made Modelo Especial passed Bud Light to become the top-selling beer in the U.S. in the 4 weeks that ended June 3rd, according to Nielsen IQ data analyzed by the consulting firm Bump Williams. Modelo, sold by Constellation Brands, accounted for 8.4% of U.S. retail beer sales in May, while Bud Light fell to 7.3% as it faced a conservative-led boycott. Bud Light, still the leading beer in the first half of 2023, has seen its share of sales fall 3% since the boycott started in April after Dylan Mulvaney, a transgender influencer, posted an Instagram video promoting a Bud Light contest. Modelo Especial also got a bump from last month's Cinco de Mayo holiday. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.